At the point guard position, 6'7", number 1, LaMelo Ball.
All right, everyone, the NBA season starts today. We have made it. It is a holiday for everybody.
Oh, man, the offseason felt like forever. It's great to be back. Nothing like some games that count.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. We've got Nicholas Claxton. Devin's out there with Troy. Then it's Michael Porter. And it's MYNBA in at the four-man position. Troy can't hit. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. Here's Miller. Oh!
And what an incredible talent Miller is. Ferocious finish there.
What a great look here at this tremendous move from our AT&T Connected Cam point of view. Brooklyn with the ball. It's deflected. Ball, the bounce pass. Here's Bridges, and that one off the back of the rim and in.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Well, the Nets trading this summer for Michael Porter Jr. And after playing a complimentary role in Denver with Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, he now becomes a focal point. He said he's not really a big city guy with all the traffic, but listen, he can expect plenty of crowding every time he touches the ball.
He can heat up in a hurry, that's for sure. Hey, Shams, thank you very much. Hornets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And it's Miller with the jam.
And this is what you like about Miller. He has great range from 3, but he can also make tough shots in traffic.
Up top, Claxton. Pass to Porter. And finished off by Porter.
Jr.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He one of the best in the business, absolutely. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Claxton. It's deflected. Miller outside. Knipple with it. Off target from outside.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And finished off by Porter.
Once Porter has some momentum behind him, boy, he just rides it to the basket. An exceptional dunker of the ball.
Got that one.
Boy, that one was not easy. Every once in a while, you just make a tough shot.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Hey, Michael Porter Jr. was the #1 prospect in his high school class, and he said growing up basketball was easy for me. It was like, say, going up an elevator. But after my injuries, it's like climbing the stairs. It's like I'm walking in my purpose through this, more than if everything had just been smooth. Kevin?
Thank you, Allie. Now, here's Porter. And the basket is good. Porter's got 6.
And he's just adept at scoring in so many ways. It's very comfortable operating inside.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Diabate's checked in, and it's Kobe White in for Brandon Miller. The Nets also changing it up. Clowney's checked in, and it's Williams in for Traore. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's White. It's tipped. Williams against Ball. Pass to Clowney. That's tipped. Here's Knipple. No scoring in this one. Here's White. Fires the 3. And he's good on the 3-ball.
And you have got to honor White. Once he gets comfortable from there, it's going to be bad news for the defense.
Here's Deming. Fires high post. And the shot falls short this time.
That's not a bad shot, but this isn't really his shot.
Knipple with the bucket.
And the story here, Kevin, early on, is how well they've shot the basketball.
Nets trail by 7. Here's Deming. With 4 seconds on the clock, it's deflected, so it looks like the Nets will retain possession here.
Substitution on the court.
1 second left, and he got that one up in time, but it doesn't go in. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets bringing the quarter to a close with... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
An impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Powell is out there with Terrence Mann. Then it's Williams. Then it's Sharp. And it's Clowney in at the power forward. Here's White after the basket by Brooklyn. Inside, defended by Mann. And Miller runs it down hard.
Oh, easy money for Miller. He just generates offense.
Nets trail by 7. And the Hornets playoff drought continuing. Greg, their last postseason appearance, 2016.
Yeah, the rebuild grinds on. And last
3
season,
points.
their worst record in over a decade. They're hoping these new additions can help.
So it's the Hornets now, following the 3-pointer by Brooklyn. White, good.
And love the commitment from White. Took the bump, went up strong, and rewarded with 2 points.
And so Jorge Fernandez decides to call timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Charlotte making the switch. Bridges checks in. The Nets also changing it up. Einad's checked in, and Porter subbed in for Terrence Mann. Pass to Porter. Outside Williams. Fires from deep. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
White bounce pass to the inside. Good. And Miller gets the assist. White's got 7.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
Here's Traoré. Nothing on the board. Here's Porter. And off the front iron.
Michael
And in it
Porter
goes.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Fires from way outside. Rebound by Williams.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Michael Porter
And that one's
Jr.
good by Porter.
And out of the pick and roll, Porter showing great coordination, fluidity, and versatility.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Here's White, and Charlotte again with the bucket. And GA, you know, some people argue that defense has declined in recent years. Would you agree?
I think mostly it's just harder to defend in today's game. You have to cover so
2 minutes
much more
remaining in the
ground.
half. 2
And
minutes.
with the lack of physicality, it just makes it more challenging.
Sharp lays it up and in off
Stay
the
on
pretty
the shot.
assist. Sharp's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to take a few moments here. Charlotte making some changes. Knapple's checked in for McNeely. And it's Paul for Miller. And then for Brooklyn, Nicholas Claxton comes in for Sharp, and Demon subbed in for Williams. Bounces high off the rim and drops. White's got 11.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
To the middle, here's Claxton. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
If you look at a shot chart of Nick Claxton, it's going to be painted heavy right there.
There's 1:17 left in the first half. Now, here's Ball. Puts up a deep three. Einot pulls it in. Near the three-point line, it's Porter. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Ball from long range. Trains the three-pointer. Ball's got a second bucket tonight.
Very few guys let it fly as often or as freely as Mr. LaMelo Ball.
Pass to Traore. Here's Minot. Porter, bounce pass. 5 to shoot. And there's the whistle. That goes on Kobe White. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Here's Claxton. Claxton, a screen on White. Here's Traore. Stolen by Knipple.
And really, that's why you don't want to go up into the air without a plan. Had no option of what to do with the ball. And they worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Pass to Traore. A three ball. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Up in time.
That's the end of the first half.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, finishing quarter strong. Every coach preaches it. Nice work.
And so that's the end of the first half. Hornets lead by 7. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us?
When I look at the Nets, like most teams right now, they're optimistic. We'll see how they handle the first couple of games.
Yeah, everyone starts out undefeated. It is a hopeful time of year for everybody. And turning our attention to the first half of our game tonight, bit of a rocky start for the Nets.
If they think they'll win with this kind of defense, they're tripping. When you give up that many good shots, it fuels your opponent's fire.
They like gasoline on a flame, I'd say. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You know, you have to like what we're seeing from Kobe White.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far, unstoppable.
Nets trail by 7, and the state of North Carolina is a powerhouse, Doris. You know that in college hoops. Can that translate, do you think, to the Hornets?
Kevin, what we know, what the research tells us, is that college basketball fans are just that, and NBA fans are just that. Those two fan bases don't generally cross over. The Hornets need to focus on winning, however, because in America, everybody loves a winner.
Ball is the point with Miller on the wing. Miles Bridges is out there with Knipple. That's the groove starting the second half for Charles Lee. Porter, no luck.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Ball from long range. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
Three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
And finished off by Porter.
He's just a natural scorer who can heat up fast. Porter's offensive game very impressive, and he's still adding to it.
Ball from deep three-point territory. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Inside, Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
Man, you lay that pass out there just like a great quarterback. Let your teammate run to it.
Three-pointer. Bangs home the trifecta. He's got 5.
Guys with size who can shoot with range, that is a tough tandem to defend.
And Claxton throws it down.
Claxton, an elite finisher at the rim. That is nicely done.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Hey, Kevin. The Hornets are trying to create a winning environment. Coach Charles Lee said, quote, "We know this is a young team, so I want culture enhancers to help us build with their hard work and creativity. Having that energy coming into the building every day is the most important thing." Back over to you, Kevin.
Looking to set the standard. Allie, we thank you very much. And that great replay brought to us by the AT&T Connected Cam. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
And Claxton throws it down.
Well, Claxton could have an apartment up near the rim. These dunk attempts are routine.
And it's Miller in the corner from downtown. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 6 assists tonight.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And so, Jordy Fernandez decides to call timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Diabate's checked in, and a switch here for Brooklyn. Williams, he's checked in for Porter. Claxton the pass to Williams. Pass to Demon. Here's the 3. Diabate grabs the board. Charlotte leading by 13. Here's Ball. He takes it in. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
What an electrifying game by LaMelo Ball. Is anyone more exciting than this young guy?
DB all-world talent with LaMelo Ball. But health and win still a work in progress.
Kevin, we know this. He is highly skilled with the ball in his hands. He's a fearless shooter. For LaMelo Ball, it's as much about entertainment as it is skill.
Here's Demon. Williams for 3. Diabate grabs the board. Diabate's got 4 rebounds in this game. But Trey hits it from 3-point range. And the Hornets lead by 18.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
That set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
And so, Jordy Fernandez decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk this through. Nets trail by 20. Now, man, still scoreless. Williams for 3. Hornets with the rebound. Diabate's got his 5th rebound in this one. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Yeah, they're rolling right now. That lead continues to grow.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Man with it. Shoots over Ball. And that one released in time, but no good. And at the end of the 3rd quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's Charlotte opening up a huge gap. And 4th quarter. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, this is why great point guard play is so critical in today's NBA. You see it right there on display.
And the be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. Porter and Clowney up in the forward spots. This man is out there with Williams. And it's Sharp and hit the foul. Home in the paint. Pass to Clowney. Shoots from 12. The Hornets pull it in.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
He gets it in there.
Yes, sir. LaMelo Ball has handles, folks. He can get where he wants to on the floor. What a move.
Here's man. Light covering. To the paint. And Clowney can't get it to go. Clowney's gone 2 for 5, shooting 40% from the field. Pass to Diabate. Over Sharp. A shot by Diabate. No good. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting at 46%, making some buckets. And the Nets miss again. The Hornets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. There's Ball with the 3. Rebound by Williams. The Nets have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. Pass to Clowney. Williams with a clean look. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
LaMelo Ball able off the dribble to get into that jumper so fluidly there.
And a wide open look for Porter. Good on the three-point shot.
Boy, he's been lights out. You want to talk about an efficient offensive game. Wow.
And a deep 3 from Ball. Again, Ball missing. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Porter, no luck.
Yeah, and listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities. And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
And he has shown a terrific feel for how the defense is playing him and then taking advantage of that.
Man passes to Porter. Releases. Hornets with the rebound. Bridges got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Outside, Ball. Pass to Diabate. The jump hook, it's good. The assist that time from Ball. Diabate's got 4 points this quarter. Diabate's gone 3 for 4 from the floor tonight. Here's Man. And again, it's the Nets missing. And it's the Hornets ball. They're on an 11-3 run. Ball with the bucket.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
And that, to me, is a sign of excellent coaching. There's an attention to detail. There is valuing of every possession.
Pulls it up. Man gets the bucket. Man's got his first basket.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Hornets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for LaMelo Ball.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Here's Minot, and the layup falls.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
Charlotte's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Ball fires from way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you can see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Just 5 on the clock. And he gets the bucket.
And the size Porter Jr. has helps him on those physical takes. Great work inside there.
It's White on the wing. Shoots the three. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Here's Demon. Good on the shot.
Yeah, when you attack in the painted area, good things tend to happen.
20 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And so the Hornets can now just hold on to the ball. And here is Ball. From past the arc.